You are listening to And Stuff
on YouTube,
iTunes,
Spotify,
Anchor, and other podcast venues.
Hey everybody, it's been a long time. Real long time. So much stuff has been going on. So much work. No time. But here we are, back again, once again. Hopefully we can make this a little bit more frequent. Because I tell you what, I miss doing it, miss talking to all of you. And, oh yeah, our special guest is Damien.
Hello, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. It was fun last time doing this with you, and it's been, as you said, a while.
It has been. So welcome. 1,000 words, yes, 1,000 welcomes.
Thank you, sir, for 1,000 welcomes.
Or the 2,000 welcomes for you today.
Thank you. Better than 1,000.
Yes, and may the fleas of 1,000 camels nest neatly in your armpit.
Yeah, they're already there.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. You're scratching before.
I was itching to get on here.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
There you go.
So, we got a lot to talk about today. Going to kind of go a little off the map. You know, I don't normally talk about religion. Well, a little, I do talk about religion, but I don't really talk about like political stuff too much. But today, the reason I have Damien over here is because there's so much stuff that's happening in the world and kind of coincides with what the Bible is saying and what the Bible prophesies or whatever, the people that wrote the Bible. So, like we were saying, is it in the scripture or is it coincidence?
I think not.
I think not, too.
Definitely.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick is I'm a big Redskin fan / Commanders fan / Washington football team fan. And they've been sold from Dan Snyder, or he sold them, and to this guy Josh Harris and a bunch of other people. Magic Johnson is actually one of the owners. I'm sure you people here in LA know who Magic Johnson is.
The guy with AIDS?
The guy with AIDS. Yes.
Who beat AIDS?
You beat him like he slam dunked him.
He dunked on him.
Yep.
He dunked on AIDS big time.
Yep. He done dunked him.
More than once, I heard.
Yes.
Got rid of it, got it, and got rid of it again.
Yep. Well, you would figure he would know where he got it last time. He would stay away from it.
He can't help it.
Yep. Keeps going back to that.
We're creatures of habit.
Yes. Maybe he thought it was cool. Kool-Aid.
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry, Magic. I'm glad you own part of the team. So I'm hoping that you'll send me tickets because I mentioned you. But chances are,
So they haven't made up their mind yet? Are they going to change it back?
Well, I'm hoping they change the name back because the Commanders kind of
What was their new logo? Is it just that W?
the W, that's it.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yep. But the W, I keep telling people, the W means win.
Are they doing it? I don't watch football much.
Well, they got a game today versus Baltimore. So we'll figure out later on tonight who well, it's only preseason too, so it's not a big deal. It's just for people to try to make the team because they still have 90 people on the team.
Dang.
They have to get it down to, 53?
Holy smokes.
Yep.
So do you recommend that they get all their losses out in preseason?
You know,
Is that how that works?
No, because I've seen them go 4-0 in preseason, and then they just stink during the regular season. And then I've seen them go 0-4, and they just kick butt during the season. So
Okay, so they just got to follow that.
they just got to do what they got to do, and they got to do it right instead of always going. You know, Riverboat Ron Rivera. He used to be the coach of the Carolina Panthers, and he was fair. And how he ended up in Washington, I don't know. But I guess I was in the neighborhood. Figured I'd stop by. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yep. So they paid like $6.5 billion for this team.
Oh my.
Yeah, can you imagine? You know how many homeless people that would feed?
Yep. Or how many lives he'd help in Hawaii?
Yeah. Speaking of Hawaii. Okay, here we go. So, one of the things that I'm really upset about is the fact that, you know, our government, the head of our government, decides they're going to be nice, and they're going to send $700 per family for aid for food and shelter and all that kind of stuff to the people of Maui. And if you ever been to Hawaii, I have been a few times. It's expensive over there in Hawaii, and $700 for a family of 4 will probably last you, I don't know, like 11 and a half seconds.
Okay. One grocery trip.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, and then you have nowhere to live.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they're going to decide to put them up in hotels or whatever. They have no cars now because they all burned. And the dude that was in charge of the alarm, he quit because he probably felt so bad. And he should be up on charges right now because there's 100 and something people that have died because of these. But let's go back to what I was saying about the $700. So the $700, I mean, hey, that's a nice gesture. It really is. But in the same week, our government said, yeah, we're going to send $700 per family to the people of Maui, and yet we want to send, another $40 billion to Ukraine to fight a war that we have nothing to do with? I don't get it.
Yeah, you have a man who has power and who has the capability to do certain things, but yet still makes the wrong decisions. He'd rather put another country first rather than his own and his own people. Instead of putting them first, he's rather funding something that's going to just benefit him, which shows you he doesn't really care about the people. He cares about, what a lot of people in this world sadly care about is money.
Folks. Come on, folks. Gotta eat ice cream. My father. He's from Delaware.
He's funding the war so he can generate enough money to put more Dairy Queens around the world.
Folks. You know what? He and his son, Mr. Hunter, January 6th, they said there was an insurrection. They had all those people that came into the White House and did this and did that. And so, anyways, Hunter Biden, he's, living in the White House now with his daddy and stepmommy?
He lives with Papa now?
Yeah. And they had that insurrection, January 6th, of all these people that decided to walk into the White House. And, a lot of the White House guards, police, whatever you want to call them, they opened the doors for them. And so, yeah, some of them did some stupid stuff because there's always a stupid bunch of people in a crowd. And they found every single one of those people. They found every single one of them because of all the cameras and everything that's in the Capitol. But yet there's a bag of friggin' cocaine in the White House.
Oh.
And they can't figure out whose it was.
Oh.
I don't get it. You can find all those people that even sniffed near the friggin', they walking by and dropped a tissue or whatever, and they got arrested, and they knew everybody. They showed up at their houses, all that kind of stuff. But they can't figure out whose cocaine it was that someone mysteriously left. First it was near this place, and then it was near this place, and then it was, and come on.
So it's moved around? Or
Only as Hunter goes from one room
Right.
to
Where'd they
another.
find it at?
Okay, so they first said it was in the library that's only privy to the family, to the first family. Then they said they found it over here. Then they found it over there. Then now mysteriously, the last time that anybody ever said anything, it was in a cubby hole as you walk into the West Wing that a lot of people could have been in. But I'm sure they have a camera that zooms into that little area that would show you exactly who it was. But I don't know. I'm just the guy from California.
So, well, I think it was in the library. It's like a game of Clue.
Yeah. Colonel Mustard did it in the library with cocaine all over his face. What a bunch of BS.
That's sad. This world is sad.
So,
It is. No one's held accountable for nothing
so why not?
because of all the wickedness and just the corruption that's going on in the world. We were talking the other day, and you were right when you said it, that good will become evil and evil will become good. And you could definitely see it now with all the corruption in the world that's going on. You go and you look on anything on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and there's so many videos now of like people being shot up or killed or all the stuff going on in the with our government, and people laugh about it or just it's so desensitizing. Like it's just not a big deal until it happens to them. But that's the world making those evil things look like a normal thing, like a good thing. I won't.
What bothers me is, you see these people on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. And it'll be like somebody getting their ass whooped.
Yeah.
And somebody's videoing.
Yeah.
Instead of helping the dude, they're trying to get the likes and the follows and stuff.
And the views. Yeah, there was one in New York where a girl was literally on a train, on a subway, in a train full of people, and a guy was trying to rape her. And the people were, instead of helping her, they were filming her. Like, that's wicked and, like, evil. You could definitely see, like, the devil sinking his claws in more to the world around us. And
He
it's,
better step up, Jack.
Right? Well.
Get behind thee, Satan.
Yeah, and it's just sad. And it's sad that people keep watching it or liking it to kind of make it be put out more. Because the more you like something, the more it's going to stick around. Everything's based off of algorithms and all that stuff now. So,
And I was big on TikTok for a while there, and I'm going to probably go back to it. But you see, they say that a lot of, a lot of the people that are big in TikTok is because most of you're famous for like this long. And a lot of the stupid videos I did with the puppets and all that stuff, I actually enjoy doing it. It's fun. And I get, you laughing, and I get a lot of people laughing. I get a lot of people sending me, well wishes and likes and follows and all that stuff. And it's kind of cool, because, I don't know, I've always been kind of creative, and so I thrive on that. Not like an attention whore. Well, almost like it.
you just enjoy making things that other people would enjoy.
I like making people laugh. That's why I have the joke books and all that kind of stuff. I like making people laugh because, in my opinion, there's so much horrible stuff in the world that people need a relief. And even if they call me stupid, well, they watch the whole thing. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, gotcha. But I don't do it. I do it so, even if they say, I got them not thinking about their life for like 30 seconds. And if they're like one of those people that are like, I hate the world, and, there's nothing for me, and, I lost my job, and, my kids hate me and all that stuff, and they're thumbing through it, and they happen to see something, one of the jokes I've told, and it makes them stop and say, you're an asshole, or you're funny, or, I heard the joke different. You know, they lost that 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 mindset that they were going through for just a second, and it makes me proud to know that I kind of helped tweak it a little bit. Not to say that I have, because I don't know. Nobody's ever told me that.
No, they probably don't realize it either.
Yeah.
You know, most of the people that you do that for is they don't realize it.
Yeah, just like all you people that, you know, the 11 and a half people that watch me, us here.
11 and a half.
11 and a half, yeah, because there's a dwarf that watches us too. And he or she is only. She can't even ride the rides at Magic Mountain.
Yay high.
Yeah, knee high.
Knee high.
Knee high. To a grasshopper. Not that there's anything wrong with being a dwarf.
No.
Dwarfs are cool.
I'm a dwarf.
Yep.
I'm just,
you're just a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarf.
Dwarf.
So we'll be back after this.
Please leave us a review.
And we're back.
Yes, the button's red now.
The button is red. Red for record.
For rec.
Rec.
Red for rec.
Yes, I don't get it.
Black dot rec.
It's a Rodecaster, the original Rodecaster board that I use, and the Rode Boom with the mic, the pod mic, I love. And then that one actually is says and stuff on it. So
This
it's
is
an
not
and
a
stuff
sponsored
mic.
video.
No, it's not a no, not
It's
at
not
all.
an ad.
Yep.
It's just a shout out.
Yes. So what's up?
This is a pretty cool machine though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Bluetooth. I could talk to people. Well, you've seen
Mhm.
I could talk to people on the phone.
Yep. Do prank calls.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be coming
Yeah.
eventually when I call somebody and talk to them about their car warranty.
Or the refrigerator.
Yes.
Hey, is your refrigerator running?
You better go catch it. Oh.
Then you hang up.
Yep.
You go like a little schoolgirl.
Yep. Hey, so at work we still have people that have COVID. They have contracted COVID again. So that thing keeps, I mean,
It's gonna be like the flu now.
yep. Well, that's all it was in the first place.
Yeah.
Only it was a generated flu that Fauci. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fauci put it in a lab in Wuhan, but it didn't really come from Wuhan. And whoop, it was a drip. Yep. But yeah, it really irritates me because COVID came and went, and it really ruined a lot of people's lives. It killed a lot of people. It ruined businesses. It ruined distribution of all kinds of goods and services. It killed restaurants. It killed little mom and pops. And yet here it comes again. It's coming again, and not as widespread because everybody, I think, has got that immunity, the herd immunity.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, during COVID, they said that, oh, well, because of COVID, nobody's working. So nobody's working, they're not making these things, these widgets that you need to complete your job. And if they are making them, they're very expensive because there's only a couple. And do you want it? Do you want that widget that you need? Or are you going to pay a premium? Okay, so you pay the premium and you're cringing because you got that widget that you really wanted, and you got it, and you're like, yes, but it broke. Oh no.
Now what?
I got to buy another one. So you go and you go on Amazon, who is the biggest widget seller in the whole world. You buy this new widget, and it comes to you the next day. And the dude that comes in, he's all masked up and comes out of his Amazon truck with bubble wrap all array around him so he can make that delivery and throw it on your front porch and run away before the creeping crud comes over and gets him from your house. And those DoorDash people, same thing. They're bringing those widgets for you, so you get those widgets, and you paid another, you got to mortgage your house to get that widget, but you know what? You needed it, so you got it. So now they got you used to Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody, I do it.
I do it too.
I'm sure you do it.
Constantly.
Most people. I made, last month, 33 friggin' purchases on Amazon. Some from work, some from me.
Yeah, I'm about the same ballpark. Same thing.
But you notice that everything is so much more expensive? That widget that you spent like $4 for before COVID, now you spent $12. But you need it. Oh my gosh, you need it. You need that widget. And then when you broke it, you're like, oh. So you go back on Amazon, as I did for one particular thing. And it was the widget that I was buying was $54. I'm sorry, $46. I broke that thing, and there was no warranty, or because I broke it, there was no warranty. So I'm not going to try to pass it off on somebody else like, oh, this thing is a piece of shit.
And it came broken?
Yeah, it came broken. You could clearly see my fingerprints are all over it. So I went to go buy another one. Okay, it's $46. What? $59? It went up that? Why?
From the same?
The same dude.
Wow.
The same friggin' widget. Same color, same everything.
Just not the same price.
Just not the same price. Oh, and then they made me pay shipping too. I was like, and I wrote to them, I'm like, you either take the shipping off or I'm going to cancel the order. They're like, cancel the order.
Wow.
Yep. Because they're getting their extra $12.50 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the whole point of this little banter that I'm doing is COVID came and went. We got used to paying higher prices because
way higher.
Yep, because there's no supply. But the demand was up. So it got you used to paying those high prices. Well, COVID's pretty much eradicated now, except for a few people that are still going to get it, like you said with the...
It's like the flu now. It's going to come and go.
But why are the prices so high?
Still. Inflation, man.
You know what?
Excuse.
What are they... They're inflating it for what reason? So they can afford more wars?
Yep. And they only put up our minimum wage a few cents anyways.
Yeah. So the inflation is, they say it's only 3-point-something%, but it's actually, if you really, really want to look at the whole total picture, it's up around 9.5%, 10%.
That's high.
It's high. And so are they.
Yeah.
That's why they found the cocaine in the White House.
Yep. That's why they made the decision to keep the prices so high, is because they're on cocaine.
Well, they kept the prices high because they need to generate more income. So I got the answer. And a lot of people are going to go, oh, you're an idiot. Okay, just hear me out. So I say, instead of paying income tax, you pay a flat rate. And this isn't a new idea that people are just hearing about now. People have had this idea for a long time. You pay, say, 10%. 10% on everything. Food, clothing, shelter, cars, boats, airplanes, airplane rides. Whatever you do, you want to go buy a Kleenex so you can friggin' pick your nose and put a booger in that tissue. 10%. People go, well, that's not fair because, the rich people. I'm like, okay. So you're not giving the rich people a break because they're buying the jet streams.
Yeah, expensive stuff. So
they're paying 10% on that $10 million thing. They're paying 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then they're saying, at first they're saying, oh, the illegal immigrants, they're not paying any taxes. They will. Mm-hmm. They will pay 10%.
Yep.
no matter what they're doing, no matter what they're buying, no matter what they're wearing, no matter what they're driving, their sneakers, their shoes, whatever, 10%, they're paying their fair share.
And fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
That's for sure.
So the more you spend, the more you're going to pay in tax. And there shouldn't be any loopholes like, well, I spent. No. You know what? No. You pay your wages to your people, because the rich people are the ones that have the businesses that pay other people to work for them. And if they provide a service or something, they should get taxed 10%. And there shouldn't be any hiding. There shouldn't be anybody saying, well, oh, let's see, I bought toilet paper. You did. 10%.
Yeah.
Every time you wipe your ass, 10%.
Yeah. So everybody's taxes when they get paid is different. Their percent.
That's right.
Of their
And
amount.
then if you make $100,000 and you pay 10%, or if you make $10,000, you pay 10%. It's relative to what you make.
Right.
Same as what the friggin' you pay 33 and a third percent, you pay friggin' 50%, you're in a higher tax bracket. Now you're not in the tax bracket anymore, but you know why it won't work? Because the IRS, they like to take the money and use it for whatever. So they should take those IRS people, and I'm sure some of them are really, really cool people. They should take those IRS and make them more accounting and say, okay, this dude is making 10%. And you can't fudge your taxes because there will be no taxes other than that 10%. So who's going to be in trouble is going to be the dude at the 7-Eleven or the Nordstrom or the McDonald's or whatever who collects that money, and then they're going to have to send it into the franchise tax board or whatever they're going to do, the IRS, whatever, and they're the ones that are going to have to deal with that. But we've already paid it. So at the end of the year, there shouldn't be, oh my God, I made too much money. And now we need a good accountant.
Isn't that sad?
To try to hide it. So you're not doing your fair share because you're trying to screw the government. But the government's kind of screwing us by sending $700 to Maui, but $40 billion to friggin' Ukraine.
Yeah.
So.
Which that makes the prices for everything else go up too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what country do you know? What other country other than America collects taxes from their people, their countrymen, to send it to us? Nobody.
I don't have.
But that's what we do.
We don't get no money. We just
We
give it away.
Borrow money. We borrow.
Yeah.
We borrow money from China and all these other people so that we can give it to other people. I don't get it. Hey, dude, can you give me $100?
Yeah. Let me open up a bank loan, and I'll just give you the $100,000
Would you
that I
please?
got qualified for.
Hey, but you got to pay it back.
Yeah, but I'll pay it back. Don't
Okay,
worry.
well, let's do it. Come on, man. Folks.
That doesn't make sense, because to any other person, if you explain it that way, they're be like, I'm not going to do that for you. What are you talking about? But
You
then
know
this
what?
government they just think that that's totally fine.
That's because there's interests somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's interest everywhere for somebody like, oh, I wasn't in business with my son. Then it turned to, oh, I never talked to my son's business partners. Where'd you get all the money? Oh, and then what's the dude's? He had a what's the name? Or what's the word? A pseudonym?
Pseudonym.
He's got a pseudonym, Robert something, Robert L. something, that he had on his emails, so he could go back and forth with his son and his son's business partners. So it didn't say Joe Jackass Biden.
Oh, like an alias. Almost like
Yeah, now it's his alias. So,
So he's sneaky.
the
Know what
rich
they're doing.
get richer and the poor get children, dude.
Yeah, and that's a fact.
Yep.
And that's sad. When about going back to what you were saying about now I have to worry about how much money I'm making. No one should have to worry about what they make.
Yep, and we'll talk more about that after this.
What's wrong with California, Jack?
I'll tell you what's wrong with California. I'll tell you what's wrong with California. Oh, by the way, we're back.
We're black.
Yes, back. Say, man.
Say,
So what's wrong with California is we just had the tropical storm / hurricane / tropical depression. Hillary came on and visited us
that was funny. I
from,
saw
from down in Mexico.
yeah, I saw a little video, sorry, of they put Hillary Clinton's face on the weather thing and it was falling up. I thought that was funny.
That's funny. But he came. The storm came from Mexico. Didn't even stop at the border. Nothing. Just came right over. I don't get it. So, anyways, I shouldn't have said that, huh?
If the hurricane can come over, why can't the rest of them?
Yeah. Well, either or, they're going to cost Los Angeles a lot of money in repair. No. Just if you're coming over, just stop at the border, say hello, and sign up and do your thing. We should be all-inclusive.
We are, for sure.
All-inclusive to everyone that wants to come to America. You should come to America. But get here the right way.
Yeah. Just dot your T's and cross your I's.
That's right. Like this?
Yeah, exactly like that.
So, we had all that rain yesterday. We had 6 inches of rain here yesterday. Just yesterday. 6 inches.
That's a lot of water.
That's
Tons
a
of
lot
water.
of water.
Are we
That
getting
we
more?
only get what, 4 inches of rain a year, and we got it that and then some
In a day.
in a day. Can you imagine?
I can. I saw it.
I was like, where do I build the ark?
Oh. Now that's what's nice about it too. That's why we got rainbows. Not for other stuff, but as a reminder that God will never flood the earth again. Maybe some parts of the earth, but not the entire earth in one shot.
That was his covenant to us.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you see a rainbow, I know what I say. Thank you, Lord.
Yep. I do too.
Except if it's on a flag or something, then I'm like, oh, Lord. So, I mean, I try to be inclusive, and I try to love everybody as, as I can. But I'm gonna stop there because sometimes my thoughts are not so inclusive. I try to be, and I really, really want to be, but sometimes I just cannot. There are certain things in my brain that when I read the good book, it tells me what's right and what's wrong, and then the world tries to force this stuff down my throat like it's supposed to be normal, and it's not. And it's an issue that we all have to deal with, and not by our own wanting or not by our own choices.
And there's truth, and then there's lies.
Yep.
And there's good, and then there's evil.
Yes. Lots and lots of evil. So, but I was enjoying the weather yesterday. I was enjoying the nice cool breeze. It was warm, but it was still cool. And the rain, and fixing my yard and stuff because we were getting a lot of water runoff and stuff. And then I started getting angry because all that runoff, I watched it go down the road, and then I know it goes into the storm drains. And then from the storm drains, it goes to the LA River. And then from the LA River, it goes to the ocean. From the ocean, all those cigarette butts and all the oil and all that stuff, it messes up with the ocean life that we have. And we're lucky enough that we were blessed to have. And it makes me angry because California collected all kinds of money from taxes to build these reservoirs, to collect all this rainwater and help with, hold on to this water, that we could treat it and make it so we don't have these droughts, and we don't have, you can't water your lawn, which is why I redid my lawn, so I don't have to pay that huge premium. I'm paying huge money just for water, and so now I have very little grass anymore. Everything's rock and DG and Zero Escape and all that stuff, and drought tolerant plants, because I'm tired of paying a company that is a company that just rooks us. And then I see the people down the street, their sprinklers are spraying all over the ground.
They're watering the cement and the asphalt.
Yeah, your driveway is not going to grow. So stop watering it. So I'm doing my part to try to help. And plus it beautifies the house.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you.
Really,
a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, but it's done. I got one little section to do left, and it's taking out the grass, putting rock in there.
Yeah, it's really nice. The back, I saw just the one part that you showed me, but the rest of it I didn't see. Man, it looks really good.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Thank you. So that's my biggest bitch about this rain that comes, and then supposedly this year we're supposed to have El Nino.
Mm-hmm. Which is more water. Right?
More water. So why aren't there more reservoirs? California, they love to bitch about stuff. Oh, we have all this homeless people. We have all these no water. We got drought. Our electricity grid is horrible. Well, friggin' do something about it. I am so tired of hearing people complain and complain and complain about things, and they do absolutely nothing about it other than bitch and moan. So, what is it? God helps those who help themselves.
Right. Exactly. And is it because you were saying it yesterday, but do they not have the right person for the job in the right place? They have a complainer higher up, therefore all the complaining trickles down to the rest of them.
And and I hate to say it, Damien, but I have a feeling no matter who goes into the White House, doesn't matter who goes into the governor's mansion, into the mayor's mansion, whatever. They go in with good intentions, but then they see money, and it changes them. Trump was a different story. There's a lot of stuff that I hated about Trump. A lot of stuff I hated about Trump. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, when I went and go to put in gasoline in my car, I sure loved the low prices.
One thing I will say about Trump is, although like you're saying, there's a lot of things I didn't like with him either, but he was always himself.
Mm-hmm.
Even if himself might not have been like the greatest person, but he wasn't flip-flopping and fake. He was just himself at all times.
And that's why so many people voted for him, because he was the dude that he said he was. He flip-flopped on a lot of stuff. Okay, but he wasn't like John Kerry, who flip-flopped. Oh, I like potatoes. No, I don't like potatoes. Oh, I like we should have less greenhouse gas as I get onto my private jet and fly over somewhere, and there's your carbon footprint that's 10 times worse than that 1972 Buick Skylark that's driving down the road. Come on, man. Folks. Good old Biden.
Yeah. You need someone that can speak English in the office.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, there's like, I live in Delaware. That's where I'm from. Folks, I like ice cream. I like, And that's the way it is, folks.
Hey, what did he just say?
I don't know.
Mr. Biden, can you repeat yourself?
I would love to. But no, then, and the thing, you know the thing.
Yeah. Can you slow down the teleprompter?
You know the thing. Folks.
I think the one thing that's my favorite thing he said was that with the new electric vehicles, you can go across the country on a single tank of gas.
Yes. Yes, he's as dumb as the day is long. You know, and okay, so here's something that's been bugging me about this whole Biden thing. And I'm actually going to go to his aide on this one.
Cool.
I can't believe I'm going to do this, but fair is
Wow.
fair. Fair is fair. And you know me, I'm a pretty fair guy. So I watch ABC, CNN, MSNBC. I watch Fox. I watch all kinds of news because I want to be, and I've said this before, I want to be intelligently educated. I want everybody to tell their little thing, and I want to suck it all up, and then I want to make my own decision. I don't want to vote Republican because I'm a Republican. I don't want to vote Democrat because I'm a Democrat. I don't want to vote for Beetlejuice because, whatever. But when I hear people like Hannity on Fox, okay, the dude's old. Biden is old. I get it. But stop making fun of him because of his age. Make fun of him because of the stupid shit he does.
Yeah.
Don't make... Okay, so I do it too with, imitating, his supercalifragilistic... folks. I imitate him, but... him falling down the stairs. Haha, it was funny. I don't care if my own kid fell down the stairs. I'm going to laugh. You fall down, I'm going to laugh. I fall down, I'll laugh at myself. That's just the guy I am. It's funny. But, his... Obviously, the dude's getting older. He's 80, 80 or something like that? I don't even know how old he is. I don't think he knows how old he is. But the thing is stop bagging on him because he's old. Because someday, Hannity, you're going to get old. And we're all going to get old. Now let's forget about his age for a moment. Okay, and you're saying, well, it's because he's old that he's making bad decisions. Wrong. He's got, I bet you, 3/4 of the stuff that he does and decides, he's not even making the decision. It's his cabinet that goes in there. That's what I'm thinking.
And then sends him out, and he's just a puppet.
Yep, that's right. Folks, you see somebody's little hand,
Yeah.
His arm is behind him. Weekend at Bernie, at Biden's.
Stop making him say folks.
Yeah, folks. Come on. There's Hunter. I got his cocaine. I mean, his sugar. His booger sugar.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah, everybody ages, man.
But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. He's been in office since, 50-something years in some type of capacity. And he's really never had a real job other than, same with Bernie Sanders. He's been in public office forever, so he doesn't know, but how's he a millionaire if he didn't get all that money from China and Ukraine and Kazakhstan and Thisistan and Russia and China and China.
And one more time. China.
No, that's too many Chinas.
Oh, too many Chinas.
That was made in China. But he's just, I don't know. But we'll be back right after this. Would you like to say, and we're back?
And we're back.
Hey, thanks very much.
You're welcome, bro.
Hey. So we were just talking about your daddy, Joe Biden.
Yep. Your daddy. Your granddaddy.
My great-great-granddaddy. So here's something that I definitely want to know. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that they found out that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden has collected a lot of money from other countries for whatever reason. And some of the stuff that I say, I'm sure a lot of people thought about, but there's some of the stuff that I say that people are like, oh, you know what? I never thought of that. Like, he had an extra grandchild that he didn't even acknowledge that he had, right? But then all this money that all these shell corporations are acquiring, and some of those all of the grandchildren have collected a check from these companies. So that's probably why he didn't want to acknowledge this other one, is because he's like, folks, the pie's getting smaller. he's like, I gotta give more money away. Now, what did the grandchildren do to deserve the money that they're getting from China? They probably don't even know what Chinese checkers are.
Wait, so they just get money too?
Yeah.
His family.
Yeah, they're part of these corporations.
Oh, wow.
And so until he finally acknowledged the fact that this little girl wasn't, I want to say she was the daughter of a stripper or something. I forget what she was, but nonetheless, they finally acknowledged the fact that she was a granddaughter. And then this dude Hunter decides that he's going to go around and, like, I can't afford to pay child support because I'm not working and I'm not this. Well, you're living in a friggin' White House free. You're taking all these airplane rides around free. And you made all this money from all this Burisma and all these other countries and all these 20 shell corporations and all this stuff. You got money. Why are you lying and trying to, why are you trying to deny your child? Okay, so I've got a lot other things to say about the child support system that is out there, but we'll just stick to this one for now. That'll be for a future episode. But it's just not fair. He's saying, oh, I don't have any money, so I don't think this kid should get anything, or it should be a lot less. And shame on the lady who wants, $20,000 a month? She's never had made $20,000 a month in her whole life.
And it's just for one child?
One child. But she feels that this kid... Now, you have a kid?
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you make $20,000 a month for this kid?
Far from it, no.
So what makes them think that they should get $20,000 a month for this kid?
They don't need it. Mama just wants Prada shoes and Gucci handbags.
Or, well, you know what?
It's really sad.
Yeah. And the new car and all that stuff. So I thought the child support was supposed to be to help with the child.
Right.
Not so that the kid can have mama, well, I'm going to go on vacation.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to your grandmother's house. Not that this is happening with this one individual kid, because I don't know. So I'm just spitballing here. But I don't think that, $20,000 for a kid a month.
And they approved that?
Yeah. Well, it opened up another ball of wax, but yeah, they did reduce the payment. I don't know how much, and before I come back on the next episode, I'm gonna look into that and get all my facts and figures straight. But let's just say she's getting $20,000 a month. I mean, I don't make $20,000 a month.
No.
My bills. Okay, so let's say this lady has one child that I know of, this thing, and I'm not judging either, okay? So has she ever spent $20,000 a month on that child? No.
No.
And if she does, maybe I need to go
Mm.
check her out. You know,
That's crazy.
she could
That's
be my sugar
outrageous.
mama.
I mean, if a single mom she's working with one child. I mean, with child support, even $1,200 if she's working. $1,200 is fine a month for the child, and
Let's say $2,000.
or yeah, you want to just do two?
Let's say 3,000. That's $750 a week.
Mm-hmm. That's more than enough.
I don't make $750 a week that I could spend on child support, but I mean, what child? Literally, what child needs $1,000 a week for food,
Yep.
shelter? 4,000. Okay, so
I mean, 4 is even a lot for one.
yeah, but I mean, we don't take into consideration the electricity and the.
Also, that covers all that too.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
mean, $20,000. I mean, they're living
Yeah.
they're living way beyond their means at $20,000 a month.
It's a big-
Way beyond their means, and they're encouraging $20,000 a month to live well beyond their means.
Yeah.
But let's go back to all this stuff, because I have a question that I would love to ask. So let's say, Joe Biden goes to Ukraine, and he's supposed to give him $1 billion or whatever, but he won't give the dude or the country the $1 billion unless this particular person has been fired. Okay. So as Joe Biden says, well, I gave him 6 hours, folks. I gave him 6 hours, and then I told him if they didn't fire the dude, they weren't getting any money. And son of a bitch, as he says, within 6 hours, that guy was fired. Well, the dude that was fired was looking into Hunter Biden and Burisma as a fake company. And so Joe Biden, he was vice president when they said that, because they're like, oh, you can't say if we don't get rid of this guy. That's not up to you. That's up to the president. He goes, don't worry about it. I got this. So something that no one is asking. He was vice president. What did Obama know about this?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Obama in all this? He's as dirty as the day is long. And I guarantee that if the Republicans keep looking into this, they're going to find that Obama was dirtier than dirt. But then you got to keep going back. Now, you were saying about Hillary Clinton. It's funny. Hillary Clinton, how they have her head on the thing. It's like this hurricane is just like Hillary Clinton. Comes in, big mouth, just like rains on everybody's parade and all that stuff. And then the sun comes out. Then another wave comes in. It's just like Hillary Clinton's friggin' career. She disappears for a while, and all of a sudden, bam, there she is again. And I'm like, where the frig did you come? What rock did you crawl out from underneath? And it's the same thing with this tropical depression, Hillary. I'm starting to really dislike that name.
Yeah.
Hillary.
Becoming like Karen.
Karen.
Yeah.
What's the male version of Karen?
Oh man, I forgot.
Is it like Bruce or?
No, I think it's Kent or something like that.
Hmm.
Kevin.
Kevin?
Kevin, that's what it is.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Eh.
Kevin.
Kevin.
Even the name Kevin.
Kevin.
Yuck. So we've talked about a bunch of stuff, and you're the religious one. Is this written in the scriptures, or is this coincidence? What's your take?
No, it's definitely not coincidence, for sure. No, because the Bible talks about how, like we were just saying earlier, good will become evil and evil will become good, and all these people will start to feed on the evil, which is now good, and start to look for it. So the devil's thing, he's the father of lies, which is what he's doing with everybody now. He's distorting things. He is taking words and changing their definitions and their meanings to throw everybody off track. And especially in in homes with children and stuff too. I mean, that's because the home and a family, a husband and wife and their children is a direct resemblance of Christ's relationship with the church.
Right. But see, now everything where you just said there with the kids, they're teaching the kids that it's okay to be something that you're not.
Right.
Just because you feel, you know what, I feel like a ham sandwich. So
yeah, doesn't make you a ham sandwich.
Nope.
And that's where those lies and the distortion comes in. I won't talk about it too much, but you have to be pretty wicked to try to fight for the right for 10-year-olds to change their, sexual orientation without their parents' consent.
yeah,
Something has to be pretty wrong in your heart for that. And I have strong feelings about it because I have a son. I wouldn't want him doing something like that without my consent or knowing about it, or I wouldn't want to have someone fighting for my son's right to even do something like that.
But why? But see, now there you go. So I have a tough time with that, with the decision-making process on that, because they're telling an individual, you cannot drive a car until you're 16 years old.
Right.
You cannot drink alcohol until you're 21.
Right.
You cannot vote until you're 18. Yeah, you can change. You can change your sex, which you can't, but you can change your appearance of the sex that you are, want to be, think you are, whatever, at 10 years old.
Right. How can a child that can't even choose their own bedtime choose what, to go off and do something like that?
Or how many times they're going to watch SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
It's just wicked. It shows. And the Bible says that wicked times will come. There will be natural disasters. I don't believe that. I mean, there's always natural disasters, but the ones that the Bible talks of, I don't believe that we're fully there yet. But
I hope not.
We're definitely in the era of the good becoming evil, and people are getting hurt every day for just what they believe in, and people can't have a civil conversation about religion and other facts without getting offended or being so sensitive and saying, well, you hurt my feelings because you don't agree with what I'm saying.
You know what I say to that? You know what I always say.
I know. Yes.
What I say is, well, there's many things I always say.
Yep.
Grow a pair.
Yeah.
You don't like what I say? Tough. Too bad. Who the hell do you think you are to tell me what I can and can't say? Because what you're doing is the same thing.
Right.
You're telling me I can't say I like the Redskins because that's offensive? You know what? Then walk away from me. Don't turn me off. Whatever it is, it's none of your business. Because I don't like what you... So we were talking, and then mysteriously the camera went... So we were talking about respect for others and respect for your thoughts versus my thoughts, and how we should be able to just talk about things rather than say, oh, I'm offended.
Yeah.
How dare you say that?
Whip out the phones and start, say it again.
Yeah, can you say it again? Because I'm going to have you fired.
Yeah. I just want to get more views, which is sad. People are too sensitive,
Well, that's because we allowed it.
Right.
So we allowed this stuff to happen, and we're paying the price. But people now, this woke stuff, people are now going back to sleep.
They've been asleep.
Well, you know what I'm saying. The opposite of woke is not woke or asleep.
Yeah.
So the thing is, people are just going, really? I mean, comedians. they say stuff and people are like getting in their face. How dare you say that? It's a friggin' joke.
Yeah. I mean, chances are, if you're going, especially if you're going to go see a comedian, because there's times where it's happened where someone will pay, and they go see and watch Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart, and they know the comedian, they know what they're going to see. Their chances are they know probably what they're going to hear and what they believe. And then when they say one wrong thing, they get offended. But you paid to go and see that.
Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong? It's not.
Oh, it's not wrong to the person who said it. It's the wrong to the person that took offense to it.
Yeah, well, you know what? You went there knowing you were going to get offended, and you're doing it so you get your 15 minutes of fame.
That's exactly my point. That's all it is. Attention.
Just please, just don't. Just don't. I mean, if you're that offended by everything, stay home. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't say that. You can't tell me to stay home?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my God, I'm offended. You told me to stay home.
How dare you? I have a right to be outside.
I have a right to tell you what you can and can't do. Unbelievable. But we were talking about how the Bible is already obviously it's the prequel to our lives. There's a lot of people that were here long before us, and they already knew what was going to happen because God told them what to write.
Right. And that's what's great, or what's really cool about the Bible. I don't know if many people know, but the Bible is written by many, many different people over many, many generations and thousands of years. But there is still only one author. So, which is nice because the Bible doesn't contradict itself. Because there's one author. When you have things that are written and touched by multiple hands and people that are not, it's not written by one author, there's going to be contradictions. But it's like, wait, it says this here, but over here it's telling me the exact opposite of it. The Bible will never do that because there's only one author, and God used humans as essentially pens to write it and to put it. That's why the Bible will never go away. And you hear all these awesome things that happen where, like, even in Maui, there was a church in Maui. There was fire or burnt all the way around it. Everything was burnt, but the church was fine. All the Bibles inside were fine, and the pews were fine. That's a miracle. That's God showing that, hey, I'm here, But it depends on who chooses to see it, and But He's always seeking after His people, because He wants all of us to come to Him, know Him, which is nice too. He's a personal God, not just like someone that you just go and talk to. He's very personal. He wants a relationship with each and every one, which is awesome. But the devil's trying to distort that, sadly.
He's not just trying to distort it. He's trying to destroy it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. I don't know why he doesn't know. I don't know why he's still trying. He lost a long time ago. He lost when Jesus did what He did on the cross for us. I mean, that's when he lost.
But he's doing it because he's pissed that he lost, and he knows he lost, so he's going to take out as many people with him as he possibly can to just say, put his thumb to his nose to God, and God's going. I'm sure God expects. What does it say? The road to hell is
paved with good intentions.
Well, not only that, but
right, something like that.
But the road to hell is wide.
Oh,
the road to heaven is narrow. So there's obviously a lot of people that are gonna take the freeway instead of.
It's just because I think a lot of people are just scared of, well, if I do this, I can't enjoy the things that I used to enjoy. I can't do the things that I used to do. But it's like, maybe it's for a good reason. I mean, some of the things that you might be doing are not all that great. And the things that are still great, you can continue to do them. Just, you'll enjoy it more because now you have Jesus in your heart.
What is that? I listened to this band called the Giesenslaws, and they have a joke, and I said it to you many times, about being a Baptist doesn't stop you from sinning. It just keeps you from enjoying it. So I thought it was fun.
Well, that's, I mean, yeah, when you accept Jesus into your heart and as your Lord and Savior, you're saved. From then on, you want to be obedient, and you want to do as God says and instructs. But we're all gonna sin still, and He knows that.
And like you tell me all the time, it's not when you're saved, it's not a get out of jail free card. You still gotta watch what you do and watch what you say. And I mean, look, I do a lot of stupid stuff all the time. Say stupid stuff. I swear. I pick my nose and flick it at people. No. But, I think God knows in my heart of hearts that, I am a good guy. And I do treat my kids with respect, and I taught my kids that they should go to church and all that stuff. So, I'm not gonna be a saint by any stretch, but I tell you what, I ain't gonna be a devil either. So I think I'm covered. I just got to keep working on it.
And that's everybody. After you're saved, I mean, you don't just instantly like, oh, you're fine. Like, you could go out and just do what you like, live the way that you want because you have your salvation. No, I mean, then one would ask or question, is he really saved? Because you could tell someone by the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, but who is it for somebody else to go, I wonder if he's really saved or if he's just saying that so he doesn't, like, ring my doorbell and bring me donuts on Sundays so he, like those people that, knock on the door, the Mormons or whatever. It's, you got to have your own personal relationship.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So
I agree with that 100%. Yep. That's what's nice about it too, is you have your own. You don't have to have, your walk with Him is not the same as mine. Mine isn't the same as yours, and that goes all the way around for everybody else. They all have different testimonies and stories, and that's what's nice about sharing it, is because then you can connect with someone who is like, man, I'm going through that. Someone that might be addicted to alcohol that got saved, and they're, cleaned up now, and it took a lot of time for them to work on that. They could have been 50 by the time that they actually went through all that. But then they'll share that, and someone else that's 60 or close to that, or even maybe younger, they hear that and they're like, it is possible and doable.
I'll drink to that.
That's why we go through what we go through, so that we can share it with others and show them that, hey, this is possible.
Yep.
Sure. But it's just depending on the person, if they're ready. When they're ready, they're ready. And if they're not ever ready, then that's their own decision, and that's okay too.
Yeah. But like I tell everybody, and I tell you this from time to time, when everything is great in your life, and you got the world in the palm of your hand, and you tell God, oh, thank you. You should tell Him thank you. But then on the flip side, when things are going horrible and rotten, and everybody's on your ass, and everybody is just hating you, and your car broke down, and you're having a tough time at work, tell God thank you. Because He's setting you up to learn something, or setting you up for something better, or giving you something that you don't even see coming. You got to tell Him thank you no matter what the problem is, or when you're up on top of the world or you're down in the depths. Tell Him thank you, because bottom line is He's still your God. And the bottom line is like I said, He's preparing you for something different.
That's right. Yeah, and there's a lesson in all of it. I'll just say this real quick. Even if the devil's throwing something at you, putting something in your way, like Don was saying, give Him thanks, because there's something in that. There's a lesson in that He wants to show you and teach you, and He can take no matter what it is and turn it for good. Anything bad, He can turn it into something good and positive. Just recently, for myself too, as an example, there was a lot of stuff going on, personally, work related. I'd go home and I would like be in tears sometimes because I'd be so hurt and upset. But I would pray. I'd read my Bible and I would ask God for strength and to show me the lesson that's in it all. And in the end of it came a huge blessing that I didn't even see coming. But it's because He opened up doors that, because I trusted in Him and relied on Him. And one thing too I'll encourage everyone to do is just analyze. Just look at your life, and sometimes the devil will give you what you want to keep you comfortable and to keep you not thinking about God, or just kind of keep you comfortable and happy and content and just doing what you're doing. So sometimes ask, like, do I have all this because of God or because the devil's trying to keep me comfortable with where I'm at?
See, now, it's a funny thing, and I think you and I have talked about this in the past, is sometimes, let's say, I told you one time I'm over at Home Depot going to buy stuff, and I'm pushing my cart, and a $100 bill comes by. No BS. $100 bill flies right by. So I run up, and I put my foot on it. I pick it up. I look around to see if anybody's dropped it or it blew out of their hand, because it's always windy up here. I don't see anybody around, so I'm like, thank you, God. And I put it in my pocket. The bottom line is when things like that happen, I always say, thank you, God. Maybe it was the devil that threw that out there for whatever reason, just to make me go and buy something dumb or whatever. But I always tell God, thank you, because to me, even if the devil threw me $1 million right there, I'd say, thank you, God, because you allowed that to happen. So the devil loses on that one.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways, we're coming to the end of this here episode. Folks, we're coming down.
It's ending.
Yes, folks, it's ending for us too. Folks, let's get some ice cream. I want to say hello out there to Aria Physical Therapy. I want to say hello to Ken Grody Ford. I want to say hello to Cara and Russell out there in New Mexico with their cool little herd of cattle now. It's
awesome.
They have three bovines. Jamie Hamilton out there. How you doing, buddy? And anybody else that is kind to me, and even those that are not kind to me. Hello. Love you anyways. So again, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And sharing your wisdom and even though you're like, what, 4?
Yeah, 4.5 now.
Nah, he's a good buddy of mine, so hopefully he can stop by a little more often. And again, I really want to make this a more, have this happen a lot more often. So whether Damien's here or Damien's not here, I'm going to try to keep doing it. And anyways, I guess I will see you later.
See you later.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I forgot this.
I was like, that's a cute one.
Thanks for listening to And Stuff. This has been a DA Double Dizzle production.
Wow.
Howdy.
Folks. That's my
folks.
That's my poor rendition of Joe Biden's voice.
I'm pretty sure this is the music that they put with all his
This is when he's walking.
walking compilations.
Folks, where's the ice cream? Hunter, where's the cocaine? Unbelievable.
Well, that was fun.
Yep. Folks, see you next time.
See you, folks.
And Stuff. With folks.
With folks.
With Donnie D. And Damien.
I don't know what to do now.
Me either.
But bob my head like this.
I always friggin', like, at the end, I'm like, beep, beep, beep. Can't hear it because my headphones in. And it's digital, so I can't.
Digital.
Digital. I like your.
Oh, what?
I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot.
Yeah, see, it's the old age.
Huh?
Got Bidenitis.
Folks.
Bidenitis.
Folks.
Folks. We're gonna defeat them with
That's right. Can you spell that? How about the dude that's like he's translating it for the deaf people?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He's like,
Wait a second.
what'd you say? Oh, and then Biden's always Bidenomics. It's working.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, he's always like he's whispering.
Oh, when he wants to be real serious.
It's working. Where's the ice cream?
I'm gonna change this to an ASMR.
I'm going on vacation again, folks.
To the Poconos.
Well, what'd you say? Pick my nose?
All right.
All right.
We're gonna go change his depends.
Yes. Well, that depends.
That does depend.
Okay. Have a good one. See ya.